This is an audiobook recording of the novella Silent Hill, Paranormal Investigation Team by Nico ARMIN, published in July 2025. As a fair use disclaimer and statement of tribute, this novella is written with respect to the original franchise, owned and distributed by Konami Group Corporation. The work contained herein is an original work by the author. No copyright infringement is intended. Chapter 2. Interference. The van was parked at the edge of what used to be a service road, the gravel long since overtaken by moss, ferns, and decades of quiet. The fog outside hung motionless, like it was waiting for us to make a decision. Dana had been pacing for 10 minutes, phone to her ear, her expression cycling between annoyed and guilty. "Mom, I'm not asking you to come into the woods. Just drop off a gas can at the trailhead. We'll come out and meet you there. It's maybe 2 hours, 3 at most." Aaron and I sat inside the van, windows cracked, listening to Dana's end of the conversation, like it was a radio drama. I nudged Aaron's thigh and whispered, "You couldn't fill the damn thing?" He looked down at my hand and refused eye contact with me. "I know it's far. I told you that when we left Portland." "Yes, Malcolm brought the backup can, but..." She cut herself off and closed her eyes. "We used it already." Her lie betrayed our mistake, but nothing could be done. "Look," she continued, "I just need you to do this, okay? Please?" A pause. Then her tone changed softer. "I'm fine, I promise. We're just a little drained, that's all. I wouldn't ask if it wasn't this important." Another long silence. Finally, "Okay, yes, thank you. I'll text the coordinates." She ended the call, sighed, and stepped back into the van, brushing her hands off on her jeans. "She said no?" Aaron asked. "She said hell no," Dana muttered. Then she said yes, but only because she's worried I lost my mind. "She said Malcolm's a bad influence." "Ugh, she's not wrong," I said, trying to sound casual but failing. "Your mom coming out this far," Aaron said, leaning back. "That's love, or blackmail." "She called it both," Dana said, rubbing her temples. "She'll get here in 3 hours, maybe." The van was getting stuffy. None of us were built to sit still when the edge of a mystery was just a few yards away. "Let's stretch our legs," I said, opening the door, stepping out into the damp air. "We've got time to kill." The others followed. We stayed close at first, walking the overgrown path that curved along the tree line. It didn't take long before Aaron veered slightly off course, cutting through a break in the trees. "Hey," he called, "there's something up here." We followed his voice, our boots crunching wet pine needles. He stood at the edge of a long, rusted chain-link fence. Some of it was overgrown with ivy. A sign bolted to one of the posts was sun-bleached, but still legible. "Restricted area, U.S. government property, no trespassing." The warning was written 3 times, once in English, once in Spanish, and once in French. Aaron pointed. "What's with the French? Is that for the Canadians?" "Maybe Quebec's military has dibs on the fog," I said. Aaron walked the fence line, eyes tracking it both ways. "Goes on for miles. Might circle the whole lake." Dana stepped closer, looking the sign over. "This wasn't on any of the maps, not even the old ones." "No," I said, "but you don't build something like this unless you want people really not to come back." Aaron turned to us. "So what are we saying? If we cross this thing, we're committing a federal crime?" Dana looked at him, dead serious. "If we air the footage, we're confessing to that crime on national television." That landed like a brick. "We can blur the fence," I said, brushing it off. "Keep locations vague. They'll never know where we were." "Yeah, that will show the producers we're real professional," Dana said. That stopped me, just for a second. "Look, we came out here to find something real, and we found verifiable proof upon everything else. That took me 6 months to dig up," I said, my voice rising. "If we turn back now, it's all for nothing. No footage, no story, no deal. You want to throw that away because someone nailed up a Cold War-era sign and forgot to take it down?" Aaron raised his hands. "I'm just saying, legally this is dicey. We don't know what's on the other side." "We know exactly what's on the other side," I snapped, and got within a foot from Aaron. "That Ferris wheel was no mirage. You saw it too." Dana stepped between us. "Okay, enough. We're all on edge, and this isn't helping." "I'm sorry," I said curtly to Aaron. He gave me a tired and irritated scowl. "A cold wind passed through the trees, low and breathy. Then from the van behind us, the radio turned on. None of us had touched it. We turned in unison, staring at the empty driver's seat. Static crackled through the speakers. Then,
"Are you yearning for that special place to spend quality time with your loved one?"
the voice was syrupy, cheerful, yet monotone. Then it warped slightly.
"Do you need to relax and get away from it all? Come to Silent Hill for the ultimate peaceful getaway."
More static. Then silence. The broadcast echoed in our heads through the vast silence around us. Aaron gave a nervous smile. "Okay." "Who brought that creepy retro radio ad?" I stared at him. "You're joking, right?" He met my eyes. The smile disappeared. He pulled his keys out of his right pocket and his smartphone from his left. What I saw on his face wasn't sarcasm. It wasn't a prank. It was sheer solemn terror, the kind that strips away all the posturing and disbelief in a second. "The engine's off. No one touched it," he said quietly. Dana's voice was thin. "Then who's broadcasting?" I looked back at the fog-covered road, the fence, the lake beyond. It wasn't a question I wanted to answer, because deep down, I already knew.